Hey guys, welcome back to No Catch Your Name. It's me, Ella. Today I'm doing my market recap from my market this past weekend on July 5th. I've tried to do this video multiple times and I keep getting interrupted. So I'm going to try to get through it real quick. First of all, my inventory is still back here. I got to organize it better. And I already re-inventoried it, but a lot of it needs new tags and stuff. So anyways. So this was called Freedom Fest. I paid my $50 fee in May, so that came out of May's expenses. It is a 7-hour market. It was 2 to 9. I got there from 10 to 10. It was 9:55 when we got there to set up, and it was 10:03 when we left. So I was there for 12 hours in 97-degree heat. The humidity was 50%, and there was a pop-up rain shower that wasn't projected at all. It was horrible. But luckily, I had just got some in June. I just bought some sidewalls for my tent, and I cannot express enough how much you need those. If you do markets and you don't have canopy sidewalls, get them, because they will save you booty in the event of a pop-up rain shower. I'm so thankful. Bless you. I'm so thankful that we had the sidewalls, because everything I have would have been completely ruined had we not had bought those. Luckily, the rain started slow, so we were able to put everything up. A lot of stuff did get wet, but I've dried it all. I just threw it in the dryer. I know a lot of people was like, lay it on the sun, don't put it in the dryer. But I just threw it in the dryer because I did it with our plushies. And the only thing that happened is some of the tails came out. So I just have to rehide the tails. And the Love Cat's whiskers did get fluffy, but I think that actually adds to it. You know, I think it just looks cuter. This is the only amigurumi out of all of them that fell on the ground in mud. The rest of them fell where you just pick them up. It was before the ground got wet, you know. This one fell outside the tent where the ground was already really wet, and it got mud on its wings, but I washed it in the washer. And I dried it, and it came out clean. You already seen it. We were just talking about this. I got distracted again. I have no idea where I was at. I think I was talking about the rain. It rained for about an hour, between 6 and 7-ish. And it was pretty rough. It was lapping rain. Even with the sidewalls, it was kind of crazy. There was people in the tent who helped me, thankfully. I'm really glad that they were there. They helped us move stuff in. And as things fell, because like the wind was lapping, you know, they helped pick it up and stuff. They were really nice. And I actually made some sales during the rain. And then after the rain cleared up, it went back to normal, and there was plenty of people there. I made a bunch of sales after it. I actually made more money after the rain than I did before the rain. So it's kind of funny that way. But anyways, let's get down to it. Let's try to get through it quickly so that I don't get interrupted so many times. I sold 84 items, which is a lot. The total amount that I made was $1,094. $747 was on cash. This was cash. $347 was on Square, and also that was credit cards or debit cards. Apple Pay and Google Pay, I think, is what people used. So 68% cash, 32% Square. My Square fees was $12.01, and I did give someone a $3 discount. So after all that, I brought home $1,081.99. And total, I sold 26% of my inventory value. So I took $4,132 worth of stuff, and I sold $1,094, so that's 26% of that. Okay, now moving on to the stuff that I sold. So I started selling, the market started at 2, but I started selling it between 12 and 1. So between 12 and 1, I sold a black Love Cat and a booty frog. If you have any questions about these patterns, let me know, and I'll let you know what they are. I used to try to link them all in the description box, but it's kind of hard to do with these big markets. Between 1 and 2, I sold a black snake, a small spider, and a mini axolotl. Those first 5 sales were the same 2 little girls. They kept coming back. At first they had cash, and then they came back with their dad's credit card. And their mom came back later, because they came back multiple times, and said that their dad just gave them the credit card and let them get what they wanted. So they were spending money. They were, because they probably bought between 10 and 20 things from me that day. They just kept coming back. Between 2 and 3, I sold an elephant, a Cthulhu, an orca that I've had forever, a little chick keychain, and a sea turtle. Between 3 and 4, I sold a strawberry keychain, an axolotl, a dragon, a love cat, a gummy bear, and a jumbo possum. Between 4 and 5, I sold my jumbo axolotl. That was $35. I thought that was cool. That was my first big sale, you know. That was the big green one that I made. A strawberry, which was just a little strawberry that I made. A small T-Rex and an axolotl. Let's see here. Between 5 and 6, I sold a shark, a seagull, another love cat, a brontosaurus, a strawberry keychain, and a mothman, the second jumbo possum, and a hanging plant. People came back later asking for more jumbo possums and more mothman. Both of those sold pretty early, and people asked for them. Also had 3 different people ask for a raccoon, so I wrote down to make raccoons. Between 6 and 7, which was when it was raining, I sold a pickle keychain, a chicken on a nest, 2 mice, a dragon and a mouse, my jumbo dragon, the blue one. The pink one had gotten wet in the rain, so I put it up. And my Madeleine Mako chicken. All that was during the rainstorm. And then between 7 and 8, this was after the rain cleared up, I sold my little bluey, a chicken with a frog hat, a mini axolotl, one of my pigs that the pattern just came out, the tutorial just came out the same day that I was doing this market. I sold a rat. One lady bought 3 $5 things. I had a $5 container. She bought a little potted plant, a little stegosaurus, and a stingray. I sold one of my big triceratops, 2 rats, and the second elephant. Then a family came in and got 3 dragons and 1 little spider, the jumping spiders. A mini axolotl, another chicken with a hat, a bee, a rubber duck. That girl, she walked into my canopy, grabbed the rubber duck, walked to me and said, I wanted this. And she said, oh, how much is it? And she looked, and then she handed me a $20 bill. I handed her 5, and she walked right back out. She knew exactly what she wanted. I'm assuming she's probably a Jeep person. She was like a teenager. It was just funny. She just went right to it, got it, and was ready to buy it. Mini stingray, tofu turtle. A little boy came in and got a chicken with a hat, and as soon as I was giving him his change, he decided he wanted the penguin. So that was the exact amount. He gave me 20, and it was 12 and 8, so he was happy with that. So he got a penguin and a chicken with a hat. Let's see here. I sold another rat, my flamingo, another T-Rex, another dragon, a pickle keychain, and another dragon. 2 keychains. This is that little girl with the credit card. She got a pickle keychain and the cherries keychain. Another mouse. This is the guy that got the discount. He got the love cow and the Madeleine Mako cow. I gave him a military discount. So he saved $3 on that together. Let's see here. This next one is an axolotl, but it's the other big one. It wasn't the big one. The green one, it was the one slightly smaller, was the pink one. The girl that got that was super happy to get that. I sold the second Mothman, and then later, like I said, another girl came back asking for the Mothman, so I gotta make more Mothman. So the chameleon that I made recently. I sold my big $30 cow, the big one, to a teenager who was really excited to get it. She saw it first, she came and looked at the price tag and put it down and left, and then later she came back and got it. So I guess she had to go ask someone for money. Sold another axolotl, a little fish that I made. And then, this was the end of the night, okay? This was right before the fireworks about to go off. I sold my strawberry hat, which I was super excited about because I was a little worried my hats were going to sell. And then, I sold my granny square hat, one of them, and my daisy hat to 3 different people right in a row. Pow, pow, pow. They came and got the hats at the end, I guess. They were waiting to the end of the market. I sold a booty frog, another triceratops to a little girl that she got the pink one. It was so sweet. She was like 6 or 7, and she picked out the pink triceratops. And a mouse. And that's everything it sold. I did actually have more things that I forgot to write down during it that sold, that I figured out afterwards when I did my inventory and all that. And that was the little flower buddy keychain, the little flower baby keychain that I made, another mouse, and then that penguin and chick hat. But I did write that down afterwards. So altogether, that's all the things I sold. If you were listening, mice and dragons were very popular. I sold plenty of those. I was so excited to sell my hats because I had them on display. I had them on little wig stands that I purchased, and I felt like nobody looked at them all day. One family looked at the strawberry one because they had a little toddler with them, but they ended up picking her out, amigurumi. And then I got those 3 hat sales right in a row, and the granny square hat was $20 and the other 2 were $25 because they had more detail on them. And the girl who bought the daisy hat said that when she saw it first, she thought it was a mushroom hat. And then she said when she got up to it, she was just, you know, she was just as happy that it was daisies, and she bought it. And she immediately put it on and walked off. The girl who bought the granny square hat is actually a member of our homeschool co-op. And she put it on and she was wearing it the rest of the night when I seen her. So I was super excited that 3 of my 4 hats sold. So after I got home and I had to dry out everything, I had to go through all my inventory first of all. I checked it all for dirt, you know, anything that might have gotten dirty. The only thing that was dirty, like I said, was this dragon, and it's completely clean now. I just ran it through the washer and through the dryer. I know a lot of people say, you know, hand wash it because it might mess up the amigurumi, but it didn't mess it up at all except pulling out some of the ends, which I just have to stuff back in there. Everything else that was wet, I did loads, a few different loads of in the dryer. I didn't run them and like leave and walk off, you know. I turned it on and I checked them every like 5 to 10 minutes. And I did, you know, I checked them and pulled them out as they were dry. And I just did that a lot. And then I had to wash my tablecloths. I had to hang my canopy walls up to dry. And my canopy, we set it outside in the sun to dry. What else? A few of my displays got wet, so I had to wash them off, you know. And, yeah, I just dried everything out. And all my inventory's back here because a lot of it, the ones that got wet, you know, the paper part got ruined, so I'm gonna have to replace the tags on most of them. But other than that, I think it went smooth, you know. It could have been a lot worse. If I hadn't had sidewalls, it would have been horrible. It would have been really bad. But I'm so thankful that I bought those when I did. I just happened to have the extra money, and I was like, I'm gonna get those because in my head I was thinking to protect us from sun, because last year at the same market I got sunburnt because of the sun. Duh. So when we first got there, we did have the back wall up because there was another booth behind us, you know. It was like a line. And then when that rain started coming up is when we started putting the other side walls up. And if we hadn't had those, it would have been horrible because the way the rain was lapping, it would have just got everything soaked. But yeah, so I was pretty happy. A lot of people had interest in a lot of things. A lot of people said that they were gonna come back and get something, but it sold before they got back, and then they got back to get it, and I felt bad. But I don't ever hold anything for anybody unless they pay me for it, obviously, because a lot of times people say, oh, we'll come back, and then they never do, you know. So all in all, it was a good market, even with the rain, catastrophic event. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm just really glad that I had those sidewalls. So if you don't have those, buy them now. Go buy them now. So for my next market, it's coming up in 12-ish days, I think. It's the 19th. It's indoors, thankfully. So I don't have to worry about my canopy or my weights. They have tables available, but a limited supply, so I'm just going to take my own because I have them. And then that can free up some for other people to use. I have a list of things that I want to try to make in the next 12 days. Definitely want to make some dragons. I want to try to make Mothman if Devin gets a chance to make me some eyes, because we are expecting a lot of rain and stuff this week, and he has to do it outside because he spray paints them. So I'm hoping he can do that because they were really popular. I was looking for a raccoon pattern because I want to try to make a couple of raccoons since so many people ask for them. I need to make some more jumbo possums. What else? Oh, mice, because those always sell really well for some reason. Rats. I can't remember all. I have a whole list, so I'm probably going to do the wheel thing to make the spinning wheel again, because that helps me pick something when I'm so indecisive, you know. And I've got this new yarn back here I'm going to be making dragons out of, so I'm excited about that. They're probably going to be slightly bigger than the older ones, but that's okay. Yeah, so right now, after this market, I redid my inventory. I went through everything and made sure nothing was stolen. I always do it after a market because you never know. Especially when we were hanging up the tent walls and stuff, you know, anything could happen. But luckily nothing was missing at all, so I'm really thankful for that. So I still have $3,038 worth of inventory on hand. But I do want to make some of those more popular things. Oh, I do want to make some black love cats, because those were the first 2 love cats that sold at this market. And then I did sell a few more, I think. But this one, a girl had a lot of interest in. And she picked the Mothman. She couldn't decide if she wanted this one or the Mothman, and she decided the Mothman. But that girl was actually a production assistant or something like that of a local radio station here, one that I used to listen to all the time. I still do in the car, you know. and she shared a post of the Love Cats on Instagram. I took a screenshot of that, so I'm going to pop that out at some point too. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it a lot, even though it was hot. I mean, I felt dead when we got home. My feet were cramping. I think I was on the dehydrated side. And Sunday, it took me forever to recover. So that's why I'm doing this today. I was planning on doing it Sunday. I think the next market will be a lot easier because it's going to be inside. Hopefully in a air-conditioned building. If not, I do have fans. I do need to charge them. But I'm hoping that it's going to be a lot smoother heat-wise. This next market, I believe, is it's another 7-hour market. It's 10 to 5. There's going to be bounce houses. There's a pool there. It's like a community center. There's going to be food vendors, craft vendors, giveaways, and things like that. I can't remember all. Actually, the woman who's hosting it was at this market. She was there selling. She owns a bakery. But I'm looking real forward to that one. I paid for that one also in May. So that one's fee already has been paid for. So, and all the supplies, unless I buy something for it, which I don't expect to do because I already have a lot of stuff. So that one will be pure profit too, so that's nice. It's nice when they're all profit. But anyways, yeah, so now I just got to get to work on more stuff. So I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, in my No Kitchen Jam episode. I don't have a lot of makes to share with you because I was getting ready for that market, doing all the other stuff, but I do have some new makes to share with you in tomorrow's video. And then this Friday, is it the 11th? I don't have my glasses on. Yeah, the 11th. Will be the Christmas in July too. So look forward to that. And what else is coming out soon? I don't know. That's all I know. 100 Days of Halloween is starting up in a few weeks. July 23rd is the first day of 100 Days of Halloween. So I'm looking so forward to that. There's a free crochet along. I can't remember the website. I already signed up for it. It's S-word. I'll pop it up if I can remember. They're releasing this really cool blanket Halloween pattern. I cannot wait for that to come out. It's released in DK weight, but I'm going to be doing it in worsted weight, of course. And I can't wait to start on that. I'm going to show that, my updates of that in the 100 Days of Halloween. And then once October gets here, I'm going to be doing my swap, my yearly swap with my yarny friend Jen. We already talked about it a little bit. So starting October 1st through Halloween, we'll be doing our little scrap balls and stuff for that. So I'm just so excited. This is my favorite time of the year. After 4th of July, it's just going towards Halloween, and then Christmas, and then January. I get so sad after Christmas. People always talk about having like the winter blues, and that's when I get them after Christmas. That little void between Christmas and like Easter is just so sad for me because I love the holidays. And when I say that, I mean every holiday. I don't mean like Christmas. I mean like every holiday. I love celebrating and just giving my kids memories and making my own memories, you know. So I'm looking so forward to Halloween. Halloween is my favorite holiday. And I love that stores are coming out with summer rain stuff. My Walmart doesn't have any, of course, but still, I like seeing what other people find online. It's fun to see. But anyways, yeah, that was my market. So I came home with $1,081, I think, and 99 cents. Yeah. So most of that is going to go towards the bill that we're trying to pay off. So, but I'm glad I'm able to make that. I want to hop off here, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye, guys. You want to say bye? Say bye. You just gonna wave? You gotta say bye? Say bye. With your mouth.
We have every right to dream, heroic dreams. Why shouldn't we are Americans? The only thing we have to fear is
I make videos.
Well, you can use my video.
No, because when you send it to me, it gets all pixelated.